Let's unbox a $350 Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoire that I bought on eBay, and I'm a little nervous about the condition. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because I have a vintage unboxing for you guys today. I'm going to be unboxing a new Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoire. If you guys watch my channel, then you know that I collect the Louis Vuitton Pochette Accessoires. I think I'm up to 10 at this point. I should do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, okay, I have 10. So this is going to be number 11. Now the interesting thing about this unboxing is that I purchased this on eBay for $350. I am nervous about the condition. It's also interesting the way that it was shipped. So I have been wanting this piece for a very long time, but I was very set on not paying a lot of money for it. I'll always keep my eye out. I had the price in my head, what I wanted to pay under was under $500, which is pretty tough in the market over the last 3 years. So when I did come across this listing and I saw it for such a great price, of course I was weary. I looked at the seller. She looked like a safe seller. She had good feedback. However, the images were pretty dark, and I will say that the bag looked a little dirty from what I could see in the pictures. However, it didn't look unbearably dirty that I thought for $350 it would be worth it to get it and see if I could try to clean it. If not, it wasn't as much of a risk because I was getting it for such a good price. Right now, the average price for this bag is $800 to $1,200. Go ahead and take a guess down in the comments what bag you think this is. I don't think you're gonna be able to guess it, so I'm super curious and I'm not gonna give it away in the thumbnail. This is how it came shipped. So again, no idea what condition this bag is going to be in. I'll read you what the listing said. In good pre-owned shape, it mentions the date code, some minor discoloration around the leather piping, interior has some small spots. Graphics are vivid and bright. The pictures were pretty dark. I could see the discoloration around the piping that she was talking about, and some of the pictures were kind of blurry. However, the price was so good that I wanted to act as quickly as possible. I sent the seller a quick message. I asked if there were any smells on the bag, because when I'm buying used bags, the biggest concern for me is smells. Perfume, cigarette, overly musty or vintagey smells. They're just annoying to get rid of. You can do your best, but cigarettes, I would never even play with that. I asked her the question. She responded right away and said there were no smells. So because of that, I decided to go for it. For $350, even if I can't clean it, I think I could at least get my money back for it. And as you guys know, I've mentioned in the past, sometimes I'm willing to add something to my collection for a really great price. And then if I see one at a later date that's in better condition for also a great price, I will buy it and replace it and sell the old one. So I have no issue doing that, but I have this running list of all these, you know, iconic vintage styles I want to add to my collection. And when I see them, again, under that threshold price that I have, I tend to go for it if it's in reasonable condition. This one is up in the air because I couldn't really tell how bad it was within the photos. Let's talk more about it once I get this open, but let's go ahead and open this package. So this came to me in a bubble poly mailer, which I don't mind. It's not the typical luxury experience, but that's okay. And one piece of tape over this, so I think it's going to be really easy to open up. Let's go ahead and see what this bag looks like in person. I'm scared. I don't want to cut it because I don't want to accidentally like damage the bag. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. I really wanted this bag for a while. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh. It's not bad at all. Okay, no smells. Oh, thank God. Okay. So here we go, guys. This is the 2002 oh no, there is an issue with this bag. Shoot, look at that. The top of that circle there almost looks like chewed up. That is really weird. Shit. Shoot, I don't know how I feel about that. Interior looks good. It definitely looks authentic to me. I don't even really see the interior spots she was talking about. I'm super torn on how much I care about that. All right, so I just pulled up the pictures and I will put them on the screen. This is visible, and I should have noticed that because I did a quick zoomed in inspection. I see we have this issue here, and we also have this issue here in the corner. Other than that, the color is just a little dingy, which again, I think that I could spruce this bag up. But honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna get your guys' opinion on the condition of this at the end of the video. Let's talk through this collaboration. So this collaboration with Julie Verhoeven came out in 2002. It was the Spring/Summer 2002 runway show. I'll throw some photos up on the screen. In the show itself, we mainly saw the longer crossbody bag, but I believe we might have seen some of the smaller vernis animal shaped bags as well. So Julie is a British illustrator and designer. She's done several different designer collaborations. She obviously worked with Louis Vuitton. She's worked with Versace. She's worked with Peter Jensen. I think she did a collaboration with MAC Cosmetics. She also later on worked with Marc Jacobs again at his own brand. They did a really cool collection in 2017. I'll put some of the pictures up on the screen. I'd love to own one of the snapshot bags or this really cool tote bag, but also the boots were absolutely incredible. Just these really cool patchwork designs that also kind of tie back to the patchwork that we saw in these. She is primarily recognized for her work in fashion illustration, but she does all kinds of illustration and artwork. Very early in her career, she also worked as an assistant to designer John Galliano. She also debuted her own fashion collection in London Fashion Week in 2002 as well. She teaches part-time at Central St. Martin's and the Royal College of Art, and her work has been featured in many international galleries. I'll put some pictures of her illustrations up on the screen so you can see what some of them look like. So for this collection, it was actually called Conte des Fées, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but what it stands for essentially is fairy tale, I believe. And you'll see that a lot of the imagery has this sort of fantasy fairy tale aspect to it. And what I really loved about it is that it is this like patchwork that features all of these different elements of Louis Vuitton materials. And my favorite part about this bag is that it features this element of Steven Sprouse's bags. You kind of see the graffiti used there. Let me show you what I mean by that. Isn't that cool? I love how much the mushroom pops, like the red. I'm staring at it in the viewfinder. Sorry for looking off to the side there. But the mushroom bag is my favorite. First of all, because I love this green like canvas material, and then I love the like imagery of a mushroom. I think it's really cute. I think this is super casual, easy to wear with an everyday denim look. So I think a lot of people are looking at this bag right now and saying, oh my God, that's fucking ugly. It is a very unique bag, but as I've mentioned in several of my videos, I love freaky little bags, like unique bags that if you don't know about it, you might think that this bag is like weird and fake. Like I kind of love having like these random out of the box maximalist, you know, freaky little bags. So that is why I'm in love with this. I think mushrooms are super cute. Don't ask me why. I love the pop of red. I love the Steven Sprouse. I want to show you, I pulled up one of my collection books. I was able to find a price guide also that I will put up on the screen. But if you guys don't know, I collect a lot of these Japanese collection catalogs because they help me keep track of all of the different pieces that create my, you know, vintage wish list. But these, I believe, are all of the bags that came out in this collection. And sorry if the lighting is messing it up. But you've got the two pochettes. So the style number on the pochette I got is M92274. The other one is this giraffe. Actually, I think this is a deer. Sorry. I don't know what animal that is, but this mushroom one is by far my favorite piece of all of these. I do think this bag here is very cool with the snail. There's also a black version of this bag that's not pictured that I recently found an eBay listing for that I will show you. So these bags here are the most expensive bags in this collection. The silk one retailed, the silk satin one retailed for $3,730, which was a lot of money in 2002. But you can see there is a ton of patchwork. The little coin purse, which this one's an apple, this one's a butterfly. I think this is the only other piece from this collection on my wish list. This originally retailed for $180. Now the pouches here, you've got the owl, the toad, and the butterfly. If this isn't showing up good on camera, I will add more pictures for you guys. These retailed for $660 and they're made of the Vernis leather. And then you've got this Musette crossbody, which I see these available a lot. I don't really like the deer. Like, I like the clouds. I just wish this was a different material. This is that calfskin damier, which there's a whole collection of that, so you can see where that material is from. I believe this is an owl, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not drawn to either of these. This Musette bag in canvas retailed for $925, which again, that was kind of high in 2002. So the only bag not on that price guide I have is the pochette, of course. It looks like it was priced between this pochette and this bag here, so somewhere between $660 and $925. So I would guess that this was around $750. So $750 retail in 2002. I bet it's because of the detail work and the patchwork. That's kind of a lot of money for 2002, but again, I paid $350 for this bag. So the leather strap is this brown leather. It's actually in good shape. I don't see any cracking and I don't see any issues on the sides there. The hardware is in really good shape actually. It's pretty decently shiny. You've got the silver hardware. It attaches on this side, so you could make it like a wristlet style if you clipped it over here like this. Otherwise, you can wear it as a shoulder bag like that. There is the zipper pull. I will also get this authenticated by a third party. Right now though, it is looking good to me. Like, obviously it's the Pochette Accessoires size, so it's got a decent amount of space in it. It actually seems quite big. If I compare it to this, they're actually pretty much the same. This almost seems a little wider on the side just because of the shape is a little different, but they're essentially the same size, so they're not that different. I mean, I've talked all about why I love this pochette bag. It's just such an easy bag to carry. So inside here, you've got the Louis Vuitton label that says Louis Vuitton made in France. And then on the inner pocket, you've got the date code here that says, God, it's hard to see. Hold on. The date code reads AS0052. So I believe that means it was made in the 5th month of 2002. The interior of the bag actually looks pretty good. I see kind of a stain over here on this side that I could potentially clean up. And then a couple of spots over on this side. They kind of look like oil stains or maybe perfume stains, but it doesn't have any strong scents, which is usually my main issue. The wear, it's got some wear on the piping in the corners there. And then the listing mentioned the discoloration around the piping, which we often see on these bags. Also, like, I can see a little bit of spottiness, which again, I do see on a lot of these listings. I am pretty confident I could clean this up a bit for the price that I paid for it. I'm just not sure how I feel about the actual damage to the leather itself, because my favorite part about this bag is the artwork and the patchwork of the different Louis Vuitton materials. And a lot of times when I look at these listings, the Steven Sprouse print one is like marked up or fading a lot. So that's usually something that deters me from buying it. And I'm shocked that I missed this in the listing, because I think what I did was I zoomed in and I inspected this piece, because it's always what I inspect first, that I completely disregarded this. It almost looks like melted. I don't even know how that could possibly have happened. Something you also often see on these bags is yellowing around the glue of these zippers, which there's no yellowing issue, which I love. The bag appears to be authentic to me. Obviously, if I'll find out for sure. Tell me what you guys think. For $350, would you keep this bag that has this damage here and this damage here? Do you think it's still worth it? I can try to get it repaired. I'm definitely going to try to clean it, and I will film it when I do try to clean it. And like I mentioned, I'm always willing to upgrade in the future when I find a better condition one for a good deal. But I'm kind of torn on this one because I've never kept a bag with damage like this. It's usually like, this bag here was a little sticky when I got it, and the vachetta was a little darker than I would like. But I ended up keeping it because I got it for such a good price. There's no like actual damage to that bag, whereas this one, and honestly, I don't even know if I could get a return because I looked at the pictures. You can clearly see it in the pictures. It's kind of frustrating that it wasn't mentioned in the description because I honestly probably wouldn't have bought it. I don't know actually. $350 is a good price. I'm dying to know what you guys think. Okay, so I ran downstairs and showed the bag to my husband to see what he thought about it. He said that the bag is ugly, which I knew he would say. He thinks most of my bags are ugly. However, he said that I should probably just keep it for $350, which I'm honestly leaning towards. From far away, it doesn't really matter. It's such a casual bag. It's obviously meant to be vintage. So I feel like for $350, I should just keep it. I think what I'm gonna do is clean it and see how it ends up looking at the end. And if I end up just being over it, eventually I could sell it, relist it on eBay or wherever and just get a different one. But I am very curious to see what this looks like cleaned up. I just looked at a few of these other listings that I've been following, and honestly, a lot of them do have damage. And again, this part here has always been the most important part to me, which I believe is why I overlooked this. And because this part is in such good shape, I am leaning towards not worrying about this. So I totally realize that this bag is definitely not for everyone, but if you love the limited edition collaboration collector's pieces, this is definitely a must-have. If you guys don't like this bag, let me know if you liked any of the other ones in the collection, the one with the deer or any of the other animals. I'm so curious what other people think of the Conte de Fils collaboration with Julie Verhoeven. It's not commonly talked about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you keep this vintage bag for $350 or would you try to return it? But other than that, this is the vintage pochette accessoire that I bought off eBay for $350. I can't wait to see your guys' comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.